I'm Marshall, and I'm the old bloke in the shed. One of many, I would think. I've got a video coming up after this for you, and I hope you enjoy it. This is one of the side plates of the ring roller. I'm trying to drill out the adjustable thread that's in it. So I've had to, it's been a catalogue at a few things. So I don't have an actual angle plate, but I did have that I made many years ago for making windows. If all goes to plan, I've purchased this, which is the end of a shaper, so it'll give me a square for an angle. So it's jammed down onto the table, but that wasn't enough. So then I had to bore this pipe and put stays down into the Bridgeport itself, plus there's one through there. But to do that, I had to fit that XY table onto the 939 gear, because although you can spin the table, you've got no forward and back movement on it. So I had that on the old pillar drill, so it's bolted on there now, so I've got X and Y movement, no bother, and there's plenty, I can wind that thing right down, there's plenty of room. And I bought that vise off Amazon, I think it was 80 quid or something. I thought it was actually bigger than that, but it works quite well now that I've got X and Y table. Also means I can put the rotary table on it because it fits this super spacer if I need to. It's not as accurate as the Bridgeport, but it'll drill holes. So it was I think it must have been nearly 2 hours just setting everything up. I had to drag that on, get it bolted on. It's on with 4 bolts, so it shouldn't go anywhere. But it's just going to be staying on there. So what we're doing, you see that one sticking up. I cut the top off. I've milled it flat. So I milled it flat across there, and then I got the centre as near as I could with the DRO. But we haven't got much room, so we've got short drilling. It may end up over there yet. See what we can do. I'll put a drill in a collet, I think that should work. A wee bit of vibration, it's to be expected. I'm hoping if we can drill this out neat enough we can keep the thread. Either that, we'll drill it for a thread. About 3/4 or something, about a 3/4 tap. Check the drilling size there. Really spinning on the collet. Didn't like that much. It's jammed. That's one thing about 939 over there, as I call it, the Corona drill. It don't have a reverse, but you can just get a hold of the belt and push it backwards. Right, so I'll change this to a collet and we'll get a bigger drill in. Right, I've got it in a collet. We're going to struggle for, well, maybe no, length might be. Trying to get everything to fit in that small space that's left. Let's drill itself. Self-drilling. thing going for a burden again. I don't think my wooden thing's rigid enough. Alright for this. This is vibrating a little bit. That's what I've got. Making nice chips anyway. I think that's actually a tapping drill for M10. I was looking at angle plates on eBay, but a decent sized one, £200, and the postage is about £70 for them as well. But you never know, one might come up yet. It's a thing you could use, but you might not use it very much. I have a short 14mm, we'll put that in next, providing it goes in this 10mm collet. I've only got 8mm and 10mm in the actual Bridgeport ones, the rest are ones that go in a ER32. I think we're pretty good for centre. Not sure how this quite works yet. There's a couple of blocks that do things. That's it. Right, I'll get a drill sorted out and I'll bring you back. Right, I've got a 14mm drill. It's not big enough, but it's short. Here we're going with it. And it's sharp. If you're looking for this stuff, you get it from Tool Station or Amazon. It's about £8 a can. It lasts a long time. Pretty good. It sticks to stuff. Probably not as good as anchor lube, but I've not managed to find any yet. Although Exploring Uncle Jim's got some somewhere. Might get forward this one. Bring the table up a bit. There's stuff coming out the bottom. That's a good sign. That's it. That's a look. Okay, well, we've got a hole all the way through. Still got to see if I can find bigger drills and work my way down. I'll do one more, I think, and I'll call it a day. Not a very nice day again. Right, I'll get this changed over, see what I can find. Might have 20 maybe. These are the two sides for the ring roller, and I've been trying to get the, if you see just there, there's that threaded rod goes down through, and that's what moves the pressure roller. You've got one each side, and I've been trying to get them out, but I've got that one out, which was quite difficult. I don't know, you may see a drill line there that's totally destroyed. It kind of melted it. The steel in there was so hard, I ended up using a carbide end mill to move it, and a lot of heat to get the block out. This is the one of the blocks. It sits in there. You'll see it's still in that one. Obviously going to machine it. I've still to get that out. Not sure, it's like a 3/4 11 thread or 10. We'll just run the end mill over face mill over it and tidy it up. But I'm trying to reuse as many as the original parts as I can. However, I do have a new secret weapon, which arrived in the post today from Allied Express. Normally about 2 weeks delivery, but it didn't take that long. is reasonable. This is a boring head for the Bridgeport. That's a Bridgeport R8. But also, because you can unscrew it, also bought an MT3 one as well. I can stick it in the lathe if I want. Not sure how the carbides will stand up, but we'll give it a whirl. It's going to be handy for this job, provided that distance isn't too big. That's my problem. I just, let's see what you are. I cut that off there with the angle grinder, and then we bored it out. And I managed to bore right down the centre, no problem. But then when I went bigger, it seemed to get really hard. Might actually see if we can drill out the block on the 939 there first. Let's give that a go. Right, let's see if this will drill it or not. Just putting the automatic drilling in. Should feed down itself now. I'll just keep it going slow. Do it manually. It's a bit chucks. You've always got to tighten them 3 times. Certainly drilling. That's on the slowest downfeed speed, which is maybe quite a good thing. It's actually through. Didn't take long. Some of the threads are still there. We might be able to pick them out if we're lucky. That was the plan. Yeah, we might be able to. Or if it's a 3/4, possibly run a tap. I can see some of the threads still there. Anyway, that's that one done. I'll go and set up the other one, and we'll try and get it out. Probably take all afternoon, but never mind. Maybe get to try out the new boring head. Well, in an amazing turn of events, it's actually turning. I had it red hot yesterday. And it's freed it all off. Although I think we'll have to make a new one. Tighter now, but it should come out. Apparently this was lying in the field for at least 20 years. So to get that to move is amazing. Heated it up red hot and then left it to cool. Well, that solves one problem. Yeah, let's turn it to black carbon. We're going to have our first go with the boring head. No, I'd never used one, so see how it goes. I think we've got enough light for the camera. Won't run it too fast, I don't think. For some reason that one's bigger than the other one, but I want them both the same size. This needs repaired as well. Good as that. That's the first pass. Bound to be a bit of flex in it. See what this one measures. This one's the right size. 17 millimeters. Not even much. .5. Right, it's a wee bit off this thing. So to move it, I need to loosen these three. Just make sure that's tight. And then add in what we'll put in. Try that. Birds are having a fight out there. I'm going to put it onto self feed so it feeds down itself. Steady pace. Now it should feed itself down. Working quite well at the moment. Makes a nice job. That's it, bang on 17. That didn't take long. I can't remember what it was. It was cheaper than the ones in the UK anyway. I would have liked a bigger head, but that's what I got. Some of the Alibaba's web pages are really confusing. As I found that before by ordering something out of them, and I got something that connected to something. Anyway. Yeah, gee whiz. Who tightened that? See if it fits on. The proof is in the pudding. Well, I like that just a little bit more. Now I should be able to line it up, not too bad. Oh, I think, you know what it is? I've turned it around. Touch it in the back. Close as we're going to get, I think. Right, we'll add in a little bit more, not much. It's going on, but it's quite tight. I'd like some room for some oil to go in there. If I can't get them to weld, I'll end up making new ones anyway, so. But, alright, we move that up a revolution, see? Something like that. The wallopter ones, they can be adjusted while they're spinning. They'll go out the way. You don't have to stop and faff about with them. Let's see what this does. I think I've put it around 180 degrees. I don't know how fast you're supposed to run these. If anybody knows, you can leave a comment. I don't think it'd be that fast. What we doing? That about 600 RPM maybe, a bit less. The other way I could have done it is put it in the four-jaw and the lathe and use a boring bar. Fit now, I think. Much better. Good bit of slack there, which is what we want.